Hello to everyone out there. We welcome you to our channel Logical NDE, where we post accounts of people's near-death experiences that they have shared with us. In case this is your first time viewing one of our videos, we'd like to let you know that we create content for curious individuals who are interested in discovering more about the afterlife. As for our devoted audiences, it seems like the perfect time to relax with a hot cup of coffee and take in today's episode as we start talking about the near-death experience that a resident of St. Petersburg, Mr. Robert, recently shared with us. Mr. Robert was 19 years old when he personally witnessed this incident, where his soul exited his body in an accident after getting crushed under a car, but he was saved. Let's move forward with the story Mr. Robert shared in his own words. My name is Robert Williams and I hail from Alaska, a state situated in the northwest of the United States of America. This incident took place in my life when I had just turned 19. I worked as a delivery boy in those times, saving up all money to be able to afford my college in the following year. Times were tough for me. I usually did night shifts because I had classes till the evening. It was a hard job, but I was too excited about my college to care about it. I worked very honestly and earned enough money to help my parents run the home, as well as make some savings at the same time. One such night, while returning from work, I took a slightly different route. It was around 11 p.m. in the night. I had had a tough day at my school because I was lacking in chemistry and my teacher gave me a detention. While thinking about it, I wanted to spend a little more time with myself. So I headed towards the sea view. As I revved up the engine of my motorbike, I got a feeling like it was a bad idea to do it. But I always found something very thrilling in breaking rules. I knew my mother would be very worried, but I took the chance and faced my bike towards the road that would take me to the sea. I badly needed a moment to think over all my life choices. The weather was beautiful that day. The sky was clear with no hint of clouds, and the air was less humid than most of that week. I thought of buying something to eat or drink, but it just seemed like a waste of time. I was already too late. As I took a turn towards my destination, I could see a car headed to the same place as me. There were a bunch of men, and by the way they were screaming songs in the car, I knew they were drunk. I got off my bike and started crossing the road. The car neared me, and all of a sudden, the car I had spotted at a good distance from me sped up to the point that it was merely inches away from. I closed my eyes as I heard a deafening screech of the brakes and knew that I was about to die. I should have moved and run away, but I was in the middle of the road at 11:30 at the night time and had a panic attack right then, right there. The moment my eyes rested on the car, I knew there was no way I could come out alive that day. All the thoughts of my money, my college came flashing before my eyes. I thought of my mother briefly, and all of a sudden there was a blackout. Everything around me went black, and I felt like I had gotten transported into some other realm. All the noise had died and got replaced with a silence that sang of peace and tranquility. I tried to open my eyes and shuffle to my feet, but I could not even move an inch. Even the air smelled different there. The sound of the waves crashing at the shore had also disappeared, and I knew I was no longer at the same place, where I saw the car hardly an inch away from me. In case you truly enjoy listening to these kinds of stories, we would greatly appreciate your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. You can do this to keep informed about all of our latest interesting updates and releases, including this one. I was trying to open my eyes and settle into the darkness around me until I saw a very bright light at a great distance from me. It was bright enough to blind any person in that darkness. I felt like there was something in that light that had bound me to it. I was attracted to it as it pulled me nearer to it. I felt no panic, no anxiety. It was as if all my emotions had died out. I followed the light to the point where I felt myself melting into it. There were hundreds of other people wearing completely white that made up the entire brightness. After a while, I understood that I had become a part of the light. In that moment, I felt the peace of the entire universe in my heart. It felt like everything had just got right. I felt so much love and warmth there that could not come close to what I had felt in all those 18 years of my life in the world. I wished to stay in that realm as a part of the light forever. I could feel my whole heart melting with each of its beats. The light had entered everywhere inside of me, and I could feel my organs taking it all in. I had hit euphoria then. I was the happiest soul there. Even as I was melting into all the light, I could remember only the goodness of the world. Something kept reminding me that I had to return, but my heart did not want to. I was going to do everything in my power to resist going back to my own world. Suddenly, I felt water dripping on my face. I enjoyed it, but then I was shook hard to the point my eyes opened. There was someone shaking me, trying to wake me up. I took a look at my surroundings, and there were 4 men, each studying my face closely. As I shifted, they cheered up, telling one another that I was alive. Upon asking a person when I was given water to regain my consciousness, he told me that I would have almost died in the accident. If a man had not intervened and pushed me to the sidewalk, the car would have run over me and killed me on the spot. They were trying to revive me because I had passed out due to anxiety. My blood pressure had dropped low to the point there was no pulse, and everybody thought I was dead of a heart attack. That was the moment when I understood what had happened to me. I looked around and remembered the light, and how it had saved me from the fright I might have faced. I felt like I had been given an overall new life. I knew it was not an ordinary thing. What I had felt melting into the light in the next realm was not my body, but in fact my soul that had exited my body upon Lord's order. I had never been more grateful. I was given back my life as a new chance to begin again, valuing the right things. Upon reaching home, I told my mother everything that had happened to me in all that time, and she hugged me. She told me I was a special person and had to live considering myself as one. That was the time my life changed for me. Every time my life hit a low, I would channel all the negative energy into remembering the light. It was the light of hope in my life that always gave me a new reason to begin all over again with a fresh heart. And that was all from Mr. Robert's near-death experience. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. If you have any thoughts regarding his visit to the next world, make sure to leave a comment down below. Remember to be respectful at all times. In case you really liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and spread it among friends who share the same interest of knowing about the afterlife experiences as you. Do also remember we can narrate your own NDE story here on the channel, if you have one. Till the next time, stay blessed.